Hi guys, happy Mother's Day. Not for me, but happy Mother's Day for all of the beautiful mothers. You're all so important. So I thought today, it this would be cool. What I'm about to do. Back in January or February, when I was able to get back into my storage, I was able to grab what I could grab at that time. We only went there once. So I had to go back and get the rest of it. I grabbed the things that I saw that I hadn't seen in 3 years and were very important to me. And in those things, I found a lot of stuff that was just so special, and I had almost forgotten about it and thought it was gone for a while. From my life, everything. And I'm going to be showing that stuff a lot more because I think it's really exciting. But a lot of the things I found, of course, are a lot of things from my babies, because when you have children, those are the special things that you keep, right? And when I was going through it all, and I was going through the clothes and, everything that I was able to collect that day, life was very hard and very scary. And I looked at some of the things from my kids from when they were growing up, their lives, but I couldn't look at all of it because it hurt. And this is the fourth Mother's Day that I have not seen. I will not be seeing my babies. And if that's confusing because you're like, Jamie, you said it's been 3 years. How is this fourth Mother's Day? Let me explain. Because when this first started happening, when they cut off contact with their faulty and fabricated restraining order, that was like 2 weeks before Mother's Day in 2022. So Mother's Day was the first holiday, and now it's been 3 years, and this is the fourth holiday. It's been just a little over 3 years, just by a couple weeks. That first Mother's Day, I was living in the RV, and I remember that day very vividly. The whole sky had fallen in. My whole life had fallen in, and I didn't understand why or how it was happening or what was happening. And it took me a long time to understand it because it's so convoluted and there were so many people involved. But I was not far from my children that first Mother's Day. I was actually in the parking lot there. So where they live is right here, and there's a Wendy's just like right down the street if you come out on that main road. And I was in that parking lot. It rained all day. There was an active restraining order, so I was not allowed to contact legally my children or my mother. And of course, she didn't contact me. She doesn't do that. Not for birthdays or anything. That had been going on for a while, though. That had been going on for years already. But the whole day I sat in the RV in that parking lot because it was the closest that I was allowed to be to them. I have not been celebrated on Mother's Day. For the last 4 Mother's Day, I haven't even gotten to see my babies. Not a hug, not a card, nothing. Nothing. And sometimes that's life. Okay. I think that it's also important for me to say that when I'm sitting here, and I'm saying this for all of the other alienated parents or who are going through some of the same things that I'm going through, I hope it never gets this far for you, first of all. And I know that sometimes there is nothing you can do because look at me, 3 years. Go look at the YouTube channel. Look how long I've been speaking out. Look at all the work. You don't even know how many people I've reached out to. Sometimes there is nothing you can do. I have not been afforded, even as a United States citizen, to be able to plead my case in the court of law. So I had to take it to the court of public opinion. And that's crazy. That is crazy that all of this stuff has to be public. That's insane. But you know what? You don't call off an Amber Alert when your child is kidnapped from their bed in the middle of the night to protect their abductor's privacy. You don't do that, or their privacy. But it's a delicate tightrope. It's a tough line to walk. I will say that. So, anyways, back to what I was saying. I was able to look at some of their stuff, and the rest of it I put together in this, not the rest of it, but a lot of it, what at least would fit. I also have their little, like, I have this on my desk. The Deacon painted that for me one time. He painted me a couple rocks. There's another one over there. It's just got a black stripe painted down. It's super cute. That's my boy. But so, of course, I have their things. And as you can see in any of my pictures, I am surrounded by my babies at all times. At least their pictures. And, of course, they're always in my heart. Never once, never for 1 second have they not been on my brain, both of them. Yeah. I thought it would be really cool for this Mother's Day. And I'm still going to try to keep this as short as possible because I don't want to break down on these videos. I already did it in that one video the one time, and I do feel like that was very important to film at that moment. It's still up on the Courthouse Kidnapping channel. I do not have that particular video on the Courthouse Kidnapping playlist on my Just Another Jamie channel because it's sad and it's not something, it's not, on one hand, I feel, you know, I've read some of your emails. I'm trying to get all of them. On one hand, I feel good about being so open with all of this publicly, from the safety of this room and my locked door. But on the other hand, I feel very guilty because it's traumatic and sad, and I don't like to be a conveyor of sadness. Even if it's something that happened to me, even if it's for a good reason, I don't, that's never been the legacy I've ever wanted to leave on people, ever. It's just not me. Talk to anyone who's ever known me well personally. I am always smiling. And that was my email address since middle school for a reason. So I thought to go through all of this with you, at least a couple things, and try to keep it as short as possible, would be really cool for kind of pay homage to my babies on Mother's Day since they cannot be here with me right now. Okay, so here we go. I love you, Mommy. Oh, this was Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. Dear Mommy, this is a Valentine's Day card. This card is to show you how much I love you and you are the best parent ever. Love, your Ramona. Look, she crossed out your because she spelled it wrong. My Minnie. This had to be in. I mean, this was. Look at her writing. Had to be at least 3rd or 4th grade. This was something she made for me. It was like a little kit that she got, and I used to keep it in my office. You see the little thing right there. That's my boy. That's my man. Here he is again. Look at him. This face absolutely encompasses this amazing child's personality. He's just like, really? He's so smart too. And I hope he's told that every single day and how perfect he is. I hope someone's doing that right now. Okay. Ramona face. The happiest baby. Deacon was a very inquisitive baby. From your son on Mother's Day. Dreams tenderly held, challenges bravely met, love generously given, and all for me. You have always made time to listen. You speak just what I need to hear. You inspire me to reach higher, to press on and persevere. So even those days when I stumble, you support me so that I won't fall. With your steadfast faith and courage, you graciously handle it all. I will never stop being grateful, for you've blessed me in so many ways. That's why every sweet day of your life, you deserve all my love and praise. Love you, Ma. Happy Mother's Day, love. And then he signed his name and he drew a little flower. And I always will, baby. Always. Always support you. I'll always, always encourage you to press on and persevere. Because that's what we do. We are not victims, my darlings. We are survivors. This could have been, oh, it was Deacon. I was going to say this could be either because I'm pretty sure Mona had her too. Miss Tom's was great. I loved Miss Tom's. Deacon, my baby. Look, there he is again. This is years later. He's got the same face. Where is it? Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Look at him. Same parrot. He's so perfect. I made perfectly. Mom, I love you to the moon and back. Happy Mother's Day. Love, Deacon, love, Ramona. Actually, I have a little bracelet that I was wearing, but then I lost a lot of weight, and actually I've gained most of it back, so I need to find it and put it back on. But it's a little bracelet that Deacon picked out for me when he was a baby, and it says I love you to the moon and back. I still have it. It's on a little heart pendant. And I'm not really a jewelry person, but I also have a ring that I usually do wear. I've taken all my jewelry off recently. Because I used to wear big rings, but now I can't because my fingers will, sometimes I wake up and they're big. They just be changing size. But I do have a couple rings that are thinly band. So if they get stuck on there, it's not going to be that hard to cut them off. I gave Mona all my thick, clunky rings that I love so much. I'll never be able to wear them again. These hands, it happens. And it says Deacon and Ramona. Actually, I should have brought it out for you. I should have prepared more for this. I was nervous. But the ACON of his name got cut off, so now it just says De Ramona. But I know what it is. It's the most important thing. Okay, let's see what else. I love you, Mom. This is a Deacon drawing for sure. These are Deacon drawings. Deacon's really good. I also had a picture. I don't know if I put it in here or if I put it away to be framed. He drew the coolest picture. One day he was like, I want to draw rain. And I was like, okay, do it. You can do it. And he was just doodling. He was doodling for a while. And he brought back. And he drew every raindrop. It might be in here. Ramona to Mom. She painted that for Mama. I love you, Mommy. He put it. So I had this picture. You can see the holes in it. I had it push pinned in one of my boards in my office. And when he left me this little note, I put it on there. keep it together. That's a Deacon thing. Right? And just someone blowing a little kid. Oh, here it is. This is just what I was talking about. Look at this. This child. You know what? He's creative like his daddy. Well, and me too, but his dad is so creative. You should see the beautiful things that Travis builds. Look at him. Look at that. Every raindrop. I was like, you could do it. You got it. And look, he even drew himself in the basement playing video games, even though we don't have basements in Virginia Beach. They would flood. But you should, yeah. I mean, his daddy is so creative, and Travis paints beautiful pictures too. I have a painting that I did up here. It's just in Deacon's blood. He's gonna be artsy. Even the things that Travis builds for his work, like the fences and decks, they're like functional pieces of art. They're freaking beautiful. People can say what they want about Travis, but you can never say that he isn't good at his job, because he is. It's beautiful. Mom, I can think of a million reasons to be thankful. There's you, and I love you for every single one of them. Happy birthday. Love, Deacon. Always count on the babies. Jennifer stopped celebrating my birthday such a long time ago. And I didn't really say anything until after it just got so blatant. But I could always count on my babies. Oh, okay. Here we go. Happy Mother's Day. I love you. I feel like this is a Deacon situation too. Also, I used to have a lot of this stuff in my kitchen. If you had ever walked in my kitchen when we lived in military housing, it was decorated with my normal stuff too, but it also had like little things all over, like all over every cabinet. The refrigerator was covered. That's the best way to keep your kitchen, with all your baby stuff all over it. It's amazing. Oh, my beauty. Look at that. Look at my little girl. Ramona. That face. And now she's this beautiful young lady. My son is basically a man. And I know that they're being blamed, if not directly, subliminally, like from the people around them, and it's not their fault. We're lied to. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to blame them. This was just something that one of my babies just drew me randomly and left on my desk. They used to, Mona did, they both did it. Deacon would leave notes in the kitchen, but Mona would go into my office. And, cause I always have I take a lot of notes. I have a lot of thoughts. And she would grab them and grab my little Post-its and leave me these adorable, just little, I would find them. I love you, Mom. They didn't deserve anything that's happened to them. They did not deserve it. And I don't know which. Actually, you guys can't see right now. I'm going to take a picture of it with one of the other devices, and I'll put it in the comments when I post this. This picture that I just showed you, I have it taped right here above the lens of my camera. When I'm talking to you, what I'm looking at is this sign. She's keeping me going. They both are. And so are you guys. Like, couldn't be more grateful. Anyways, so that's, I have another folder too, but we're already at 20 minutes. I needed to celebrate my children because this day is about them. They're the ones that made me a mother. I don't know who they have been coerced into celebrating today, but they're not getting to celebrate their mom because their mom is right here. I want also to say for the other people going through this, you see me on these videos, you see me laughing through it, being very strong, because I am, and so are you. You don't always see the nights that I'm crying myself to sleep. I did plenty of my crying last night. I woke up crying. I don't want anyone to think that I am stronger or different than you if you are going through this too. I'm not. This is just like my coaching clients. I didn't make them strong. They were already strong. I just pointed it out to them. I just showed them. That strength was already inside them. I was never the star of that show. I just pointed them in the right direction and they did all the work. They deserve the credit. They are the star of that show. So one of the fears that I have for other parents going through this is they are going to see these videos and think that this is just it. That this is the reality of how it's always handled. And that's not, because that's not true. There are emotions. Of course, there are very real emotions. I've cried more tears than anyone should ever cry over the last 3 years. Of course I have. I am no better. I am no stronger. You've got this. You are strong. You can stand up for your babies too. And I'm talking to every single one of you that has reached out to me saying, this is happening. And also, I'm going to speak on alienated dads real quick. For anyone who doesn't believe that a father can be alienated, they did it to a mother, a good mother. Don't believe everything you hear when whether it's male or female, mom or dad, when you can very easily tell, at least after a while, by the narrative being pushed, that somebody just has something against someone else and they're using that child as a pawn. I will leave you with this. There is a quote by one of my favorite Japanese writers ever. And I'm going to try to pronounce it right. I never do. Haruki Murakami. And the quote is this. And I had promos made out of it and memes when I had New Tomorrow Life Coaching and my Love Baby because it's so inspiring. The quote is this. And once the storm is over, you won't know how you made it through, how you managed to survive. You won't even be sure if, in fact, the storm is actually over. But one thing is certain, and that is when you walk out of the storm, you will not be the same person who walked in, because that's what this storm is all about. And that's how I'm taking every day, everything that I've learned, and everything that has happened to us, and I will turn it into purpose. And I'm doing it not only for myself and all of you, but also for my children. Because you know what happens when people experience this kind of childhood trauma, this kind of prolonged childhood trauma? They grow up to be mentally ill, anxious, and addicted adults. And I'm not going to let that happen to my babies. The only reason that happens is because they carry so much guilt, because it is put on the kids. The kids, when they don't realize that they've been lied to, brainwashed, manipulated by adult brains. That's not going to happen to mine. That's not going to happen to my children. You're not going to traumatize my babies forever. Enough has happened. They have had enough pain already. They will be supported and loved at every step of the way. And they will continue to be fought for. One thing is true. My children will never, ever, ever, ever once, ever, not in their minds or out loud, have to ask the question, where were you? Because I've been very vocal, and I've had to do it publicly because I haven't had any other choice. I've tried to get back in the courtroom. I can't. And if I went in there without any kind of representation, it's just stupid. I'm an intelligent girl, but I am not a lawyer, and I know that. I'm aware enough to know that. Look what they did last time. And I have a lawyer. Not everything is always what it seems, guys. Happy Mother's Day. I hope that this is the last Mother's Day. And I will be sitting in front of my computer talking to you rather than hugging my children and enjoying them. Truly. Thank you all for all your support. Every view, every email. I don't always get to my Facebook messages the way that I should. I know that there are a lot of them. Oh, also, I can't accept everyone's friend requests. I have like 900 friend requests, and I'm only allowed to accept like 100 and something more because I'm almost at 5,000. So if you haven't, if I don't accept it, follow the page, follow my personal page, and you'll still be able to be caught up on everything, because even the things that the public can't comment on, followers can still comment. Friends and established followers can comment on those things. Like my selfies and stuff. A lot of times I keep those comments open. I try to do that to push up engagement, because Meta's always getting on my butt about that, because none of my comments are open, and that's like unheard of when you're making money off of. Meta's always like, your engagement is down so-and-so from last month. And I'm like, fine. So I gotta leave something open. Once again, thank you guys so much. I am going to go do the dishes, and I'm going to put these mats on the floor and get inside myself. Oh my, yoga. Psychologically, I'm going to get inside myself and stretch. You nasties. Not like that. It's not gross. Thank you guys.